Hey everyone, this is Link Time Zone, and today we're gonna play The Man Outside the Elevator, and hope you enjoy. Alrighty, let's start. Yes. The first person I ever fell in love with, named Ryu. We've been friends since childhood, and I like to think that stays true even now. It's been 5 years since Ryu went missing. I'm moved on by now, but the thought of him still crosses my mind. So what do you think? It's fake. Well, it's not fake. It's real. Encore evidence of the paranormal. I can see that string they used right there. Oh, that's just ghost stuff. Ghost stuff. He averted his gaze from mine. How am I supposed to know? I'm not a ghost. He paused for a moment. I was about to ask if he was alright when he slammed his hands onto my desk. I got it. There's a rumor going around that just has to be true. Apparently, if you go to the elevator 100 times, there is a super small chance the doors will open to an ultimate reality. There is also these monsters that attack anyone who leaves the elevator, so everyone who gets there ends up being killed. Isn't that cool? I mean, scary. Isn't that scary? It was harder to tell him he's wrong when he was this excited. One of these days, I'll play along and say I'll believe him. I bet he'll look cute, even brighter smile on his face. What form did you read this on us again? Nowhere, really. I overheard some of our classmates talking about it. Of course you did. I hid my whining smile behind my hand, but my shaking shoulders were a dead giveaway to how I really feel. What's so funny? Sorry, it's nothing. I just like how gullible you are. Nowadays, I was working tirelessly as an assistant to an overly handsy boss. Oh man. To make things worse, I can't even go home and rest. It felt like every day another neighbor showed up to ask if I was alright. Maybe it was my fault for worrying my parents. I had been ignoring the calls recently, so they must have been felt like it was the only way to see if I was alright. Then again, wasn't that their fault for moving out of our hometown? Or was it mine for choosing to stay? Both. Let's go with both for now. With a jolt and a flickering of lights, the elevator came to a sudden stop. Of all days, got this crappy elevator break. I just had to be today. And me of all people, I was already running late because the janitor got here before me, and I had to wait for him. I wouldn't gotten in with him the last time I was in the elevator with the guy. I ended up with the mop water on my trousers. Then my boss yelled at me for looking unprofessional. I went to doors and gave him a good kick. Nothing happened. I dialed my boss's number. It rang a few times before a line cut. After a few more attempts without receiving a response, I finally gave up, shoved my phone into my pocket. Hopefully he was in a good mood, because he definitely isn't going to be after this. A robotic female rings out from the intercom. Please stay put and remain calm. The elevator will resume shortly. Can I hurry up? I don't have forever. I know I'm just speaking to air, but I feel like better than doing nothing. Please stay put and remain calm over. Yeah, you know. How often I was going to say that? Yes, I know, no. Okay, I get it. Shush! Shut up already. I kicked the door again, but harder this time. Every time you repeated, as if I kicked the door, it was fun and kind of therapeutic, especially when I imagine doing the same to my boss. In the last kick, the door was open. They were completely open, but the gap was wide enough for a person to squeeze through. Nothing on their side was visible, but it was almost like a power had gone out. But if that was the case, the elevator lights wouldn't be on. Was it a backup generator? Just for the elevators? That really didn't make sense, I guess. I just should be thankful they were able to open the doors. Who knows how long I've been stuck here and otherwise. Yes, I know. The stairs might be faster than waiting. I know! Elevator. And it'll be less annoying than hearing that every other second. It is annoying. Stay or leave? What? We're leaving. It's probably not the best choice. I didn't really know the way around since I was really on this floor, but anything is better than this. Please stay put. Nope, not listening. I covered my ears with my hands. The moment I was fully out of the elevator, the door slammed shut behind me. I jumped from how loud it was, and I turned back around. Are you serious? You should have told me I would have to wait a few more seconds. Pressing the call button, the elevator went back down, and giving the doors a few kicks did nothing. Fine, be that way. I flashed out my phone to use the as a flashlight. It was on low battery since I forgotten to charge it, but it should be more than enough to find the stairs. He better not yell at me for this. It was his fault for not picking up the phone in the first place. I should punch that if he tries picking a fight. I'd rather get fired for that over being late. What's up with this place? It's usually packed, but there is barely anyone compared to the 10th floor. Actually, I'm the only one here. It's like this place is abandoned. A light thud echoed throughout the halls. As it became clearer, I recognized the sound as footsteps. Hopefully this person would know what's going on. Before I could figure out who it was, a pair of hands grabbed me from behind. Whoever it was, it pulled me out of view from the other person. I tried to protest, but they stopped me by covering my mouth with their hand. The person whispered to me, their voice deep in the masculine. He pulled me closer and tighter to his grip. Quiet. My phone let out flat on the ground where I dropped it. Worst of all, I think I heard the screen crack. A person walked closer and stopped in front of the phone. I couldn't make out any details since the flash light was facing down and my phone screen was always on some low brightness. Before what I saw, the person appeared to have long black hair and a white coat. They stared at the phone for a few seconds before bending down to pick it up. The person paused with a loud cackling sound rang out for the distance. Only after hearing a small similar noise for the second time did the person stand back and rush over to the source. Their steps quickly faded into the distance. Even now that the person was gone, the man had yet to remove his hand. I bit his hand as hard as possible. There was a very taste of iron in my mouth before he pushed me away. What's wrong with you? I stumbled forwards but caught myself before I hit the floor. Turning back around, I threw a punch in the man's direction. The man caught my fist. If it weren't so dark, I would have missed. Hey, now let's calm down. I'm not gonna hurt you. How am I supposed to believe that? You're just some guy in the dark. I attempted another punch with my other fist. He easily grabbed my hand and pinned me against the wall with my wrist above my head. And then everything started to get brighter. My vision slowly cleared up and I started to see the man's face more clearly. At first I thought it was Ryu. Then he was similar, so the shape of their face. But the man's eyes were more insane, far from the gentleness that Ryu had. If my hands were being held by him, I might have punched him into a hag. Oh, you alright? It looks like you've seen a ghost. I kicked him in the stomach. I've been coughing as he backed away from me. My face felt like it was on fire, and my heart beat faster than it had been in years. I hid my burning cheeks behind my hands. I'm fine. You stupid face just startled me. Wait, you can see me? I actually... You know that was blood, right? I wasn't really paying attention. It was my mouth, so of course I swallowed it. There has to be something wrong with you. I'm the one who should be saying that. I pulled a pen and pointed at him. You're the one who grabbed me from behind like some creep. And I'm sorry for that. It was something I had to do. So why did you put the pen down? You're not exactly threatening. Just because you apologize doesn't mean I will trust you. He took a step forward and kicked the pen out of my hand. I raised my hand and surrendered. You know what? I'm sorry for ever doubting you. Relax. Early, I'm harmless compared to that person from earlier. You're really lucky I was there to save you. If it wasn't for me, you would have been torn to paste. I somehow doubt that. Even who was that guy? No, I can't save. Oh. Oh shit, I'm sorry. No. I went over to my phone and picked it up. I just had a thought there was a crack on the screen. At least everything else seemed fine. It's a bit weird calling it a guy. It's more of a thing than a person. Did you call it a person? Sure. But that was to make it easier for you to understand. Anyway, that thing is what known as a Iron Maiden. This entire place as infested with them. But don't worry too much, it's becoming less of a problem. Apparently I had been staring at my phone for too long. The man shoved his face in front of mine. Boo. I hit him in the face with my phone. Is that like a habit of yours? Fight over fight. Flight over fight over flight. As your face, it's just really punchable. So I've been told. Though I wouldn't have been expected it from somebody so pretty. My face started to turn red. You know what? I really should get going. What floor are you heading to? Why do you want to know that? Just look around, I'm sure you realize by now. This isn't your world. Now you mention it. The inside of this building like nothing the one I worked in. It was empty, cramped, while mine was more spacious and crowded. The words so long ago rushed back into my mind. I looked at the elevator, then back at the man. Is it so wrong of me to wish they were the same person? He's a lot easier trusting Rio with my life than a stranger? Then again, maybe they shared more than their appearance. The 10th floor, that's where I'm going. But to get out, we don't have to go through the elevator or the front door? No, going to your original destination will just do just fine. Are you sure? I've been here for a while. I've seen so many people leave that way. And how do you know these people are still alive? They could have just disappeared. Because I saw them come back. Alright, I trust you for now. Great, I know the layout of this place pretty well. Since we're both going to the 10th floor, why don't we go together? It's not like I have much of a choice. You're walking too fast. Can you slow down for a bit? Sorry, I didn't realize you were slow. I'm not slow, you're the one who has been full on sprinting. I'm just walking at a normal pace. It's not my fault you short legs can't keep up. I'm perfectly average height. Sure. I suppose I can help you catch up. He wrapped an arm around my waist and pulled me closer, his hand lowered slightly, and it was resting on my hip. It was tempting to pull away, but he felt surprisingly warm. I didn't even realize how cold I was until now. What do you think you're doing? Well, I didn't want to slow you down, so I'm making you keep up with my pace. It's a... It's kind of nice being this... Really, I was worried you would punch me for it. Something about it just, comforting. So you like cling onto, man, you just... I pushed him away from me. Never mind, I walked on my own. The man laughs, he grabs my hand and brings me closer. Alright, you don't have to lean on me, but you can just at least hold hands. Fine, just keep your distance. Yes, sir. The 5th floor, were we on the 9th? Not your world, remember? Right. By the way, what's your name? That's not really important right now. Kind of is. Why don't I tell you your name first? It's Kai. That's a pretty name. Thanks. And your name is? I don't want to say. There's no need to. It's not like we're gonna be with each other forever. Besides, there are only 2 of us. Here, names aren't necessary. Seriously, you're such a jerk. Despite my words, I find myself smiling. It felt nice talking to him so casually. But back, Spikes shout out from the dark corridor and stab into the man. My legs become weak and I fell to the floor. What? How could he not be scared? He seemed more annoyed than anything. You... The maiden isn't attacking me from behind cheating? Oh, the spikes withdraw inside from the Iron Maiden. The man melted into a pink and purple liquid and he disappeared alongside them. The Iron Maiden's body became more normal in appearance. He looked he looks over me, his gaze felt cold and uh are you a visitor? I don't like you. Oh, if I you killed me you killed my boyfriend. Keep my filter over. No, I don't like you. No. I shook my head slowly. How was I supposed to explain how I end up here? Visitor doesn't sound like the right word. Never mind that. What did he do? What? What did he do? You're not a visitor? The Iron Maiden's eyes continued to bore into me as I tried to proceed what I just see. No, but never mind. What did you understood? There was a flash of movement. The next thing I knew, it was a cold sensation and a numb feeling in my stomach. I dimly realized the sight of the spikes once again, and his eyes looked in onto mine. I looked down to the spikes. I touched the icy metal. I tried to take a step, but it stopped as soon as the pain had dizziness struck me. What did you? The pain continued to spread. The Iron Maiden stared back at me unblinkingly until my vision gazed over early into the Iron Maiden. Oh my. Okay, wait. Uh, I'll say yes. I'm sure I'm a visitor. I understand. I'll be on my way. Enjoy the rest of your stay, visitor. He turned around to leave before we could take another step. I grabbed my sleeve of his coat. He didn't bother turning around. He just waited for me to say something. What the hell are you? And why are you talking to him? My name is... I'm doing my job by taking him to the first floor. Please direct any further questions to another Iron Maiden. No! So if I stayed in the elevator and I will get the early ending one? I sat on the ground and looked up at the ceiling. He couldn't be dead. There's no way. That wasn't what human blood looked like, so he's probably unable to die the same way a human could. Why was this bothering me so much? We barely knew each other in the first place. And just like he said, we're going to part ways eventually. I just need to get over it. What's so funny? Sorry, it's nothing. I just like to know how gullible you are. Haven't you worried how people, everyone, is dying? And that means some that people survive. I got it. Why don't we see if it's real together? Monsters don't have a chance against us if we're prepared. Come on, Kai, please. I promise it'll be fun. No thanks. I don't want to spend hours in the elevator for knows how many days. Besides, you know I don't believe in that kind of stuff. But this is just has to be real. It wouldn't make sense otherwise. I believe it. It's once there's a solid evidence. Are you saying my word isn't enough for you? And here I thought we were best friends. No, we're even closer than that. We're much closer than best friends. Soulmates. Yeah, that we're closer than friends, we're soulmates. And since we're so close, I'll give you a chance to persuade me. How about this? If you can find me proof, I'll believe you. It doesn't sound, no matter how good or bad the proof is, I'll accept it. But if you can't find anything by the time we graduate, you have to buy me dinner. But I got nothing to my name. Are you really gonna steal from a poor man? I'll pick somewhere cheap. Plus you have a half year to save up. That's plenty of time. Then I accept. But you have to buy me dinner once I prove you wrong. And I'll pick the fanciest, most expensive place I can think of. Sure. Wait, you agree so easily? I wanna have more stuff from what I win. Too late. A deal's a deal. Unless you're right with me adding more stuff, adding more things I want. Maybe it depends what you want. I remember you mentioning a nice movie coming out around time. Why don't we watch it together? Yes. But we're watching it together no matter who wins. Fine by me. Because I knew it. I found myself running after May. Even as my legs screamed for me to stop, I continued running. I didn't know where he was. He might have made it to first floor by now. All I know. Either way, I'll find him no matter what. Even if it killed me. Which might be sooner than later. I haven't ran this much in such a long time. I soon became so exhausted that I couldn't help myself falling to the floor. My lungs burned from the sharp breaths I was taking. I could barely move. All my senses felt numb, and yet the ringing in my ear made everything felt too much. Then I heard. It was a faint, but there was an odd sloshing sound nearby. I'm not sure why or how, but there was this feeling that I might find him. If I found the source. I struggled to stand up, using all my will to keep myself from falling back down. My body echoed to the point of wanting to throw up. I walked along the wall until I figured out where the noise was coming from. It was the same color as his blood. In the distance stood the familiar figure of me. He swayed from side to side, his body split open like how I saw him earlier. His figure grew smaller as he walked away. I followed after him. There was no time to find a way around the liquid, so I went through. I didn't take... I didn't look deep, but I soon found it pulling around my waist. It was nothing like water. It felt like more like swimming through syrup. As much I wanted to turn back, I couldn't. Against my unwill, the liquid pulled me deeper inside. My muscles were far too weak from all running to fight back. The only thing I could do was take as much air as possible before I'm fully submerged. I'm such an idiot. I just had to go after him, didn't I? And why? Just because he looked like Ryu? I didn't even know his name, but I bet he wouldn't go after me if I were in this position. Maybe this was for the best. I closed my eyes and passed out. I'm laying on the ground with my head on the man's lap. He looked at me with a gentle expression I didn't realize he was capable of. There you are, Akari. Good thing you woke up. When you did, I was about to give mouth-to-mouth CPR. Eh? I impulsively punched him in the face. Sorry, you were just too close, I couldn't help it. The man's nose started to bleed. I stood up and helped him clean my sleeve. It's fine, it's my fault for letting my guard down. But please tell me if I should expect more of us in the future. That's just self-defense. Maybe if I know you better, I wouldn't have to hit you. So you still apply trust. So you still apply don't trust me even though I saved your life? We're not exactly close. I trust my... I pressed... He pressed his lips against mine and a quick kiss. How about now? A kiss makes us pretty close, right? I whacked him in the head without hesitation. I trust you even less now. Yeah, so I totally deserved that. It didn't sound like he regretted it either. You were just so close. It was the only thing I could think about. Well, it better not happen again. Yes, sir. I promise I won't. Anyway, thank you for saving me. I really thought I was going to die. No problem. I noticed only, but you were really pretty important to me. I just couldn't let you die like that. I'm important to you? More than you think. It's almost like I'm hearing Ryu say that. Their voices aren't too similar, but it's easy enough to fill in the blanks. So where exactly? I don't recognize this place. I don't really recognize it. How long is this game? The stairs only go to one floor up and one floor down, no matter what. You were asleep for so long, I was able to go through the entire of the 4th and the 5th floor. I was planning to go all the way up, but I got too worried seeing you were still asleep. But I took you into the 6th floor to start worrying about me. Well, I felt so... Sorry. It's fine, I'm glad I didn't have to walk all the... here. Right, it would have taken forever with the short legs of yours. I'm leaving. I was just joking. We should really stick together. It takes forever to get out of here when you're alone. And how long did it take you to think it'll together. A few weeks at most. It really depends on how persistent those iron mains are. Weeks? I can't afford to stay here for weeks. You're more upset about this than almost dying. It's not too bad. I'll be here to protect you and be your guide. I'm not upset that I'm stuck here of all places, I'm sure. I'm usually more alright with things like this. You are? But I have a job to get to. I'm already late as it is. I might actually get fired at this rate. There, you look like a hard worker. I'm sure your boss would be more worried about you going missing. I doubt that. I've only ever been the bare minimum. I was able to get away with it when I was the first hire, but they didn't buy any of my excuses now. I take extra shifts and do overtime, but I think it's becoming obvious that I've only been doing it for the money. I've been watering. What? Damn, my boss's coffee for past year, and I think he's catching on. I'm sorry for your future job loss. Hold on. I'm almost done. The voice is barely audible, but it sounds like a human. Looks like we're not the only ones here. Let's go meet them. I might take your mind of things. A boy sat on the ground. He fiddled with his phone, while a girl who's similar in age stands nearby. Her foot tapping on the ground repeatedly as her eyes darted from place to place. Between them was a flashlight. It wasn't too strong, but it lit up a decent amount of the room. Come on, Akira. Akira. We should get going. Give me a minute, Marie. Hello? Give me a minute, Marie. My storage is full and I don't know what to delete. I think I'll have to sacrifice Mom's birthday photos. Don't delete those. You still haven't sent them to me. Why didn't you delete the ones from your ghost hunting phase? They're obviously so fake. I'm surprised I fell for them. Don't remind me. I'll delete all of them right now. This is gonna take forever. You didn't have to come with me in the first place. Yeah, but Mom and Dad would have been worried if you went out on your own. I don't care what they think. What I'm doing here is important work. Sure it is, bud. You could have at least told them you were leaving when you did. I had to cover up for you. What did you tell him? That I'm out here risking my life for the sake of humanity? I told him you were hanging out with friends. Oh. Couldn't you have said something more believable? I didn't know we'll be gone for this long. They probably report us as missing right now. Then they'll be happy when we get back. Which we should really be going. Staying in one place is giving me the creeps. And I think I heard someone walking around earlier. Don't say stuff like that. We'll be fine, I'm sure of it. But Akari was quick to stand up and cling to Marie. It's hard to tell if he's trying to protect her or hide behind her. Upon realizing we're both human, the two students relaxed. Sorry about him. I would have warned you if I knew he was going to do that. I gave him a slight nudge to hint that I should apologize. I'll do it again. I elbowed him in the stomach. Okay, I'm sorry. You almost gave me a heart attack. What's wrong with you? My heart dropped so far down I saw hell. He appeared calm, but his voice wavered. Not that I was actually scared, I was just so attuned to others' emotions that Marie's fear greatly affected me. He continued to spout nonsense like his life depended on it. He even made his voice deeper and attempt to sound more confident. Or he thought it made him sound cool. What are you doing with your voice? You know we will heard you speaking, really, right? Well, you heard it wasn't my voice, it was illusion. Crazy from wandering this place for so long. We weren't even talking earlier. Sure thing, bud. Shut up. He's using his normal voice now. Marie, let's get out of here. I don't like these two. Finally, but since they're here, shouldn't we all go together? Our large group might attract attention. We should be fine as long as we stay quiet. But honestly, I don't want to travel with you either. You two aren't exactly capable with me, and little Kai is. Well, F you too. Hey, we don't even know if we're going the same way. What floor are you two heading to? We're at the 4th floor, where else would we go? You don't know? No what? The only way to leave is to go to the floor you were heading to before the elevator stopped. Well, you're joking, right? He's probably lying, look at him. He looks like a liar. He wouldn't go to... Why when you go to the 1st floor, that's where the floor's 4 door is. You're just asking to get hurt. Using real words. Using real logic here. But if that's the case, then why are we supposed to go to the 10th floor? We started on a night so we could only left after taking pictures. We're going to the 10th floor too. That doesn't mean we have to go together. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere with you guys. Why not? It might give you a chance to get back at him. You make a good point. Right, prepare yourself, dude. I'm gonna get you back so hard. Maybe don't tell him to. It would be ashamed of me to attack my opponent without a fair warning. I'm sorry about Akari. He's a bit of a phase right now. I'm not. And I'm so sorry about this guy. I have no idea what's wrong with him. I'm perfectly normal. No, you're not. After we had proper introductions, we started heading towards the stairs. That man still refused to say his name, but I wasn't surprised. So, what will happen if we went to the first floor? Nothing really, but the same can be said if you try leaving through the front door. You'll be stuck outside forever the moment you step out. But don't tell my word for it, I tried it, so I could be wrong for all I know. Just before I seen go through these doors, I haven't seen them a second time. Don't say stuff like that. You're gonna scare Marie. You're scared, right, Marie? Yes, but I feel better knowing we have already been through there. Did Rio try leaving through the first floor like Akira and Marie? I wouldn't blame him if he did, but... Or a long-faced guy, are you worried about Ryu? He placed, what was supposed to be comforting hand on my shoulder. Now I just feel like I was being lured into a false sense of comfort. Don't worry, I'm sure he can go through those doors. He gave my shoulder a light pat before walking ahead of me. My walking slowed down to a halt. Maybe I'll just misremembering. I'm pretty sure I never Ryu. I was hoping for the best case scenario that Ryu went missing before he ever found this place. That his body could still be found if he had died. But those man's words only confirmed the opposite. He's pretty vague about everything. What do I even know about him other than he finds me important, and even that could be a lie. Then again, he would have saved me if he didn't care. Unless he really wants us to stick together, but why would he, in the first place? Just thinking about this is pissing me off. I haven't caught... I'm gonna lie out. Why am I accusing him of one? Maybe I should try getting closer to him, then it might help. Be more honest. Magazines filled with rumblings of fake psychics and horoscopes readings littered the floor. Ryo had no problem stepping on them since they were his, but I pushed him out of my way before walking farther into his room. How does it feel seeing this brand new me? Not to brag, but I actually cleaned into my room last night. This is clean to you? About all the clothes? The ones on my bed are clean. And the floor? Also clean, just not as much. He looked away in embarrassment. His face turned a bright shade of red. I burst out laughing. Hey, don't laugh at me. I really did try my best. I just got distracted by a few things, that's all. He plopped down onto his bed. I sat next to him before he was able to scoot over to give me more space. We were so close that our thighs pressed against each other. If it's so hard, I don't mind helping out. You really do it for me?
Yeah, but I want something with my...
Sorry for yawning, everyone. How much exactly? I moved even closer to him. His entire body stiffened, and he held his breath as he was afraid to make the wrong move. Despite that, his hand was still found its way around my waist. How about a kiss? Hey, what? You're joking, right? You can't actually be serious. He awkwardly laughed and looked away. I took it as a chance to rest my hand on his shoulder. Did something good happen today? Do you have a problem with this? No, not at all. I like it when you are this close. It's just that my parents might walk away at any moment. They might think we're dating if they saw us. Who cares what they think? It's not like they'll be upset about it. I know, I just don't want to risk it. Like how you risk getting those His face turned bright shade of red as he was reminded of the only reason he grew his hair out. I tell you not to mention that here. They might overhear you. And if they want to know room, you wouldn't tell me like that, not after I've done for you. I don't know, would I? If that's how you want to play it, then... He paused as he tried to figure out what to say. You can find somewhere else to sit. Huh? I'm not sitting on your dirty floor. Then you can sit on the clothes. If you don't want to sit me with that badly, you can just sit on the floor instead. I pushed him off the bed, but he quickly got back up. That's it, you're on, Kai. He attempted to pull me off, but I flipped him over and he pinned him onto the bed. Do you actually think you could beat me? I don't think you would lose that fast.
Oh my god, let me try to give me another chance to fight.
I'll think about it if you give me a kiss. Sure, but you have to help me clean my room. Why did I even do that? We didn't even kiss, I just ended up cleaning his room for free. I'd rather die than do something that embarrassing again. I want to throw up just thinking about it. But that man did kiss me. He might like it if he tried flirting. It could work. He's kind of my type, so it wouldn't be hard to sound sincere. A strange liquid dripped onto my cheek. I looked up to see where it was coming from. Where I was sure I could win a fight against it. There was only one thing that could come to mind as I stared at it. Realizing that I had stopped following the grip, the man stopped to look back at me. Is everything alright, Kai? Hearing his words, Akira and Maria also stopped to see what was going on. Akira tried to get closer to see what I saw, but my words stopped before he could get too close. Run! Marie didn't want to find out why she grabbed Akira's hand and started running in the opposite direction. The man grabbed my hand and followed Marie's lead. Easily surprised out too, he was hard to keep with him how fast he was. The monster dropped down from the wall and landed on the ground, and aggressively crawled after us. Limbs too long to run properly. What the heck is that thing? You must attract how loud you are. I won't hear crap from you, creep. Quiet already, we shouldn't be yelling so much. It's fine if we yell a little bit, the monster is already chasing us. No way, more of those things might come after us if we do. Crap. Akira's leg twisted awkwardly. He let go of Marie's hand and he fell to the ground with a loud thump. The monster raised a leg to stab Akira. Thankfully, he was unable to roll away just as the leg slams down. Akira stood up, back up and ran down a completely different hallway from the rest of us. The monster chased after him, giving us a moment to catch our breath. Well, that's one problem solved. Let's go why he's distracted it for us. What's wrong with you? We can't just leave him. I'm going to help him. You can come along or wait here like you jerk you are. Miri ran down the same hallway as Akira. I'll go too. I tried following. I tried following her, but the man stopped me from doing so. He grabbed my wrist and pulled me into his arm. We should go, Kai. There is no use in trying to save them. I pushed him away from me. Come on, you can't be serious about not wanting to help them. What's the point? They're incompatible with us. They're nothing but dead weight. That'll be so much easier to keep you safe if those idiots are gone. I don't care if you get along with them or not, we shouldn't abandon them. Besides, you don't even know them well enough to say that. Do whatever you want, I'm going to help them. I turned to leave again, but the man grabbed me by the wrist and picked me up. To my surprise, he darted off in the same direction as Marie and Akira. Don't look at me like that. I'm only doing this because I don't want you to get hurt. Then why are you carrying me? Because you're short. I'm faster than you. That's the only way you will catch up. Why have such a problem for my height? Before I know it, the two students came into view. Akira was back against the wall. He yelled profusely at the monster as he talking to it. That was killing him.
Marie, ran into the monster. She wrapped her arms around its
waist in a desperate attempt to pull it away. It thrashed her about to throw her off, but she was able to keep her ground. The man put me down without having to ask. He went over to the monster and helped Marie and pull away from Akira. I pat my pockets and looked around for something to attack the monster with. Akira, on the other hand, seemed a bit too happy in this situation he was in. It's actually pretty cool. What they can't kill me. He was so moved by the monster that he even tried to get him run away. I spotted a fire extinguisher nearby and grabbed it. I ran to the monster and slammed it to slammed the fire extinguisher into the back of its head. Over and over again, I repeatedly hit it until it stopped moving. Marie and the man let go of it. The body fell to the floor and its blood began spreading. Its form seemed to melt to the point of no longer resuming its original form. I dropped the fire extinguisher. Akira finally got and moved away from the monster. Marie ran over to him, pulled him into a tight hug. Thank goodness you're okay. I was worried about you. You were going to die. She's tearing up at the thought. Hey everyone, I know you're expecting a new video out, but the review from yesterday, I didn't know the game was gonna be very long, so I'll upload part 1 today, and I'll record part 2 tomorrow. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.